Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Versatility Podcast. For today's episode, we got a lot to talk about. I'm going to be doing a 2-hour episode. This is most likely what it's going to take. Let's get straight to it. Not even going to tell you what's going on. I've tried to record a couple episodes already, and when it was one thing, it was another thing that just kept happening, especially in my household. So as long as that doesn't start activating again, as long as it doesn't start happening again during this episode, we should be fine. But either or, let's just get straight to it, y'all. I don't even want to waste your time with the introduction. Let's just get straight into it. Wait, where do I go here? There we go. Because we have a lot to talk about. So we're going straight to football. I kind of wanted to just kind of do I kind of wanted to structure it a little bit, but you know what? We're just gonna do this. All right, guys. I'm not even gonna waste your time here. All right, let's just start off with fantasy. We'll start off with fantasy football. All right, so fantasy football. So let's talk about it. So last week I won my first fantasy football game. I won 128.74 to 113.74. So Jaden Daniels gave me 13 points. Barkley gave me 17. J.K. Dobbins 20, 22.9 by Amon St. Brown. So much bigger improvement from week one. Brock Bowers gave me 18.8, excuse me. The defense, gave me some good points. The Harrison Buckner, blah, 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 blah. The bench here, whatever. The bench is the bench. So I was able to get my first win in fantasy football last week. So now we're going to go back to the we're going to go back to my team, and we're going to look at the matchups. We're going to look at the roster for this week. So we're going to look at the roster for this week. As you can see, I have Jaden Daniels still as my starting quarterback. I have J.K. Dobbins and Saquon Barkley, Amon St. Brown, Mike Evans, Brock Bowers. Cooper Kupp is hurt, so I'm going to have to move him to the bench, obviously, and I'm going to put in Devontae Adams. Cooper Kupp is hurt. Deebo Samuel is hurt. Jordan Love, Raheem Mostert, they're all going to be out. So obviously, I have 3 players on my bench that are healthy at the moment. So obviously, locking in Devontae Adams as my flex pick. And for Jaden Daniels, I don't know if I want him as my starting quarterback against the Bengals for Monday Night Football because I also have Joe Burrow. But I'm kind of tempted to put. I'm not going to put Anthony Richardson. I'm not going to put Anthony Richardson here. I think I'm going to put Joe Burrow back into the starting quarterback position. So I'm going to put Joe Burrow, and I'm leaving Jaden Daniels back on the bench just in the meantime. And so this is going to be my final roster for this week: Joe Burrow, Barkley, J.K. Dobbins, Amon St. Brown, Mike Evans, Brock Bowers, Devontae Adams, Chiefs defense, and Harrison Buckner. So this is going to be my lineup for week 3 in fantasy football. And obviously everybody else is on the bench. Anthony Richardson, 16 points, projection, but those are all just projections. So this week I'm going up against Gang Rebel. So 1-1, we both have the same record here. I am projected to get 122, and he's projected to get 125. So now that I make that change, it boosts me up a little bit. He has some good guys. He has Jalen Hurts. Okay, he has Amir White. He has Jerome Ford, Jamar Chase, DJ Moore, Sam Laporta, Chris Olave, Browns defense. He has AJ Brown. He has 3 players that are inactive right now, hurt, injuries to Dajay Spears on the bench. He has a Steelers defense even on the bench as well. Didn't even know that. And I think he just picked up Baker Mayfield. So yeah, let's just kind of look at what's been going around. What's been going around? Not transaction effort. What's been going around like the recent history. So anything that has happened so far. So Thursday, Brian, he dropped Tank Dell and he picked up Jake Ferguson. Gang dropped Jalen Warren and picked up Jerome Ford. And then he also dropped Tua Tagovailoa, because obviously he's now in the IL, and he picked up Baker Mayfield. And then I chase young kids. He dropped Devin Singletary from waivers, and he now picked up Jordan Mason. I was going to pick Jordan Mason, but again, I was way too late for that. So that was that. The fantasy leaders last week. So these were the leaders last week from week 2 in fantasy. So quarterback, it was Kyler Murray. He had 266 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and 59 rushing yards, and he had 28.54 points in fantasy. For the running back, it was Alvin Kamara, who had 115 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 receptions, and 65 yards and a touchdown. A receiving touchdown, 44 points. 44.0 points for Alvin Kamara last week. For the receiver with the most fantasy points, it was Marvin Harrison Jr. He had 4 receptions, 130 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and that was in the first quarter alone with 29.0 points in fantasy. George Kittle was the most points by a tight end, 7 receptions, 76 yards, and a touchdown, 20.6 points. For the kicker, it was Austin Sabert, who had 7 made field goals. He put up, obviously, 21 points, 7 times 3. And then for the best defense, they picked up, it was the Bills defense. No surprise, Thursday Night Football performance. 2 sacks, 3 interceptions, a touchdown, and 10 points allowed, which put them at 18.0 points. So those were the fantasy points. Those were the fantasy leaders in week 2. So that was that. Let me look at the scoreboard for this week. So y'all already know my matchup this week, but it's going to be Selección 305 versus You Need to First Down. It is I Chase Young versus Abel's Astounding Team. And then we got Cutter Squad versus Stupid Depression. So the standings right now, on top right now, it is Abel's Astounding Team. He is the only undefeated guy right now. He's 2-0, while everybody else, besides Stupid Depression, is 0-2. So it's tied with 5 other people in my fantasy. It's beyond chaos that we're all already after 2 weeks at 500. I'm sorry, Stupid Depression, but you're gonna have to pick up a win this week, or else you're really gonna fall behind here. I'm at a 49% chance of making the playoffs compared to 51, 50, 49, 46, 28. Abel is 2-0, so obviously he's at a 77% chance. It even says how many moves we have here so far. I haven't even looked into this. Hold on. So I have allowed 230 points. I have put up 231 points. Wow. It's been pretty fucking even. Holy shit. I am literally mid. I am seriously the pinnacle definition of mid. I have allowed 1 point less than the amount of points that I have put up. Is crazy. Obviously 1-1 in the division, 1-0 at home, and 0-1 at on the road. And then I've only made 1 move so far from free agency or from off of waivers. While we have Brian, Rebel, we had Anthony who picked up 2. George, Jason, and Karen, and also Abel hasn't made any moves just yet. So this is where we're at right now in fantasy. Just kind of catching you guys up with that. Let me just kind of put that to rest because we're already taking care of that. Let me go to Twitter real quick. And actually, no, let me just go on the website here. Let me just go on NFL here so we guys can probably see the where can I find it? Players of the week. Fine. It's just easier on Twitter, man. It's just easy. It's just easier on Twitter. It's just easier on or on Next, whatever. Let me just find it. Hold on. Okay. So all right. Shit. All right, let's see if I can find that shit. Just give me 1 second, y'all. Well, we're almost there. This is the Thursday Night Football. Okay. Where are we? September 19th. Still Thursday Night Football. All right. So right now, these were the top 5 leaders for sacks. So we're at Nick Cross, 29 tackles. Zach Braun, 24 tackles. Shaq Thompson, 24 tackles. Jermaine Pratt and Logan Wilson from the Bengals also got 24 tackles as well. So boom, they're both all tied at 24 here. Top 5 in rushing yards so far for the first 2 weeks, we got J.K. Dobbins at 266. Let's go. Jordan Mason at 247. Josh Jacobs at 235. Saquon Barkley at 204. And we got Ramondre Stevenson at 201 yards at the moment. Leading leader in sacks, Aiden Hutchinson had 4.5 sacks in week 2. He had 4.5 sacks in one game last week. It was against the Lions. Who the hell did the Lions play last week? Whoever the fuck they played the Lions last week. He had 4.5 sacks against that team last week. So Aiden Hutchinson, clear cut leader right now with 5.5 at the moment. And then Patrick Jones Jr. and Keon White tied with 4 sacks for number 2 and number 3. Now let's look at the AFC players of the week. So AFC offensive player of the week went to James Cook. No surprise, he cooked the living shit out of the Miami Dolphins on Thursday Night Football. 78 rushing yards, 17 receiving yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, and a receiving touchdown. For a AFC Defensive Player of the Year, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, for week 2, it went to Max Crosby, 6 tackles, 4 total fumbles lost, and 2 sacks, and 1 PD. And then for AFC Special Teams Player of the Week, it went to Kamir Fairburn, the kicker, with 13 points, 4 for 4 on field goals, and 1 for 1 for PAT attempts. NFC Offensive Player of the Week. I was about to say year again. No surprise here. Alvin Kamara, running back, 115 rushing yards, 65 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns, and a receiving touchdown. Alvin Kamara was spectacular. For Defensive Player of the Week, for the NFC was Jesse Bates. Why the fuck does he look like Bad Bunny a little bit? And how the fuck did it not go to Aiden Hutchinson? Aiden Hutchinson had 4. This is terrible. Aiden Hutchinson had 5 sacks. Are you joking? That's kind of crazy though. He should have been Aiden Hutchinson. Absolutely, he had 4.5 sacks last week. It's crazy. 4.5, 5 sacks, wherever it was exactly. But whatever. 12 tackles, 2 PDs, an interception, and a TFL. And then for NFC Special Teams Player of the Week, it went to Austin Slaburn, who obviously 7 for 7 for field goals, 21 points, and a game-winning 30-yard field goal. So that was the AFC and NFC Players of the Week. So let me give you guys my top 5 teams right now. Let me give you guys my top 5 teams at the moment and my bottom 5 teams right now. So actually, let's just go overall standings. Let's just go overall standings here. So we're just going to look at the whole picture at the moment, and we're going to look at all the teams. So right now, there are how many teams? 3, 6, 9. There's 9 teams right now that are undefeated. So out of these 9 teams, they're going to have to make it to the top 5 right now. At number 5, or actually, let's see. My top 5 teams right now. We got the Bills, we got the Saints, we got the Texans, we got the Chiefs, and we got the Buccaneers. You know what? I'm going to put the Buccaneers there. Why not? The thing is with the Steelers and the Seahawks, they're honorable mentions, but they're not in my top 5. Chargers, you might get number 6. But I'm going to have to put maybe the Vikings, though, at number... You know what? I'm going to have to put the Chargers at number 5. I'll keep the Vikings at like 6 or 7. Chargers at number 5. Give me the Saints at number 4. Give me the Texans and then the Saints. Because the Texans, they've looked good. But they're not amazing, though. And defensively, they've been all right. They've been able to get the job done, but they haven't wowed me so far yet. Compared to what they've been doing last year. But again, it's been 2 weeks, right? The Saints have looked amazing. They've literally looked amazing. Right now, they look better offensively than the Chiefs. Again, the Chiefs are obviously still the best team in the NFL, but when we're just looking at the first 2 weeks of the season, the Saints offensively and even defensively have looked very impressive. Like they've allowed 29 points, but they've put up 91. They have a plus 62 point differential. Like clearly something is speaking comparing to the Chiefs right now. They've put up 53 points, but they've allowed 45. It's only an 8 point differential. So clearly there's things that the Chiefs, they got to pick up. They got to put more points on the board. But again, they're still a top 3 team in the league. But right now, I'll probably have to put the Saints over them. Maybe I might have to put the Bills probably the number 1 team right now. They've looked really good. Who knows? But honestly, fuck it. The Saints probably even deserve number 1. I don't, whatever. You know what? Next week, I'll give you guys a better, clear top 5 teams. But my top 5 teams in no particular order: Bills, Saints, Texans, Chiefs, and Chargers. Those are my top 5 teams right now. Put them in any fucking order. I don't really care. I'll organize that for next week. I'm just kind of rambling a little bit right now, and I'm just freestyling off the dome here because we got a lot of shit to get through. Next week, I was gonna show y'all like CBS stuff. Let me see, CBS Sports. Do I even have to show y'all? I missed showing that last week. Not fantasy though. Not fantasy. I cannot even fucking spell. Actually, you know what, guys? I'll just wait. I'll just do that for next week. Next week we can do that because I was gonna show y'all like the grades and stuff, but I'll just do that. I'll just do that for next week. Because we don't got that much time here. Top 5 bums. Top 5 bums of last week. Definitely I'm gonna have to put the Eagles up there because the Eagles, they fucking lost to the damn they lost to the Falcons. So unfortunately I'm gonna have to put them in the top 5 bums category of week 2. The Cowboys, they're number 1. The Cowboys are number 1. They got absolutely destroyed by the Saints. Get them out of here. Get them out of here. Then we can probably put the Titans. They they fell short last week. So Titans, yeah, you're probably gonna be up there. Damn, who else can I put as bums of the week last week? I think the Ravens. The Ravens, they lost to the damn Raiders. They lost by 3 points. Absolutely. The Ravens are going to be top 5 bums this week. The Niners, they lost to the Vikings. I could put them in the top 5 bums. But I mean, the Vikings haven't looked. Still, I'll put the Niners out there. They're probably like number 5 there. I'm not going to put the Rams. Yes, they got destroyed by the Cardinals, but there's a lot of injuries, so I'm not going to go too hard on them. So it's definitely the Eagles, the Niners, the Ravens, the Cowboys, and probably the Jaguars. Probably even the Jaguars losing to the Browns. Expected better than that. And the Titans. I'll probably put the Titans there as well. Even the Buccaneers beating the Lions, I don't think that was that bad I don't think that was that much of a big deal. So to be honest with you, probably. Wait, maybe that's why they didn't give Aiden Hutchinson the award. Maybe because he didn't get a win last week obviously he had 4.5 sacks, but maybe since they didn't get the dub, he couldn't get the NFC Defensive Player of the Week last week. Honestly, don't know if that really counts much to win those awards for the week, but either or, still definitely deserves it. I mean, what the fuck? He was an absolute beast. He was an absolute fucking beast. So that is that. Super odds after week 2. We can get that out of here. Let's talk about some more football news, but this is just kind of like a signing. Kareem Hunt, he is now going back to Kansas City because now he signs with the Chiefs and he's going to be in the practice squad. Random news, he's 29 years old. He was with the Chiefs formerly. He was drafted by the Chiefs in 2017, the same draft that he was drafted in with Patrick Mahomes in the 3rd round. And he, has just kind of been back and forth. He was with the Browns for a little bit. He was with he was the Browns for a couple seasons. He was solid, but he's been very inconsistent. Now he's just kind of going back with the Chiefs. I know that Pacheco's going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks. So they're kind of putting in Kareem Hunt as like another guy that they can utilize in their run game, but he's not their starting running back. They got I forgot what's that dude's name, man. I just forgot the top of Carson Steele. They have Carson Steele. They have Pirine, Samaje Pirine, that he was with the Bengals last year. So these are the two guys right now at running back, with Pacheco obviously being out. So yeah, obviously they still got Worthy, they still got Hollywood Brown, Rashid Rice to throw the ball to, and obviously Travis Kelce. But Kelce hasn't really done much at all this season so far. But in the run game, Carson Steele is looking like he's getting all the touches right now and kind of switching it with Pirine. And so now they're just kind of throwing in Kareem Hunt in the mix to kind of make things interesting. But I don't think he's going to be that much of an impact on this team. But we'll just have to wait and see. We'll just have to wait and see because we just gotta wait and see. We just gotta wait and see. Anyways, that is that. Stats leaders of 2020. Wait. Statistic leaders of. Oh, did I do receiving yards? Fuck. We didn't do receiving yards. It didn't show me receiving yards. Leaders of last week. It didn't show me that shit. Did it? It showed me rushing yards. It showed me sacks. It showed me there we go. Top 5 receiving yards. Nico Collins at 252 right now. Chris Godwin and Jamison Williams tied with 200. Malik Neighbors at 193. Wow, he has one more yard than Justin Jefferson so far. I mean, hey, Neighbors is putting production with fucking Daniel Jones as his quarterback. Shout out to him. Where's Brian Thomas Jr.? Clearly doesn't have more than 190 so far, but relax. Brian Thomas Jr. has been pretty good, though, with the Jaguars. So maybe he might get there sooner than later in the top 5, top 3. We'll see. We'll just have to wait and see. And obviously, can't forget passing yards. Top 5 in passing yards so far. Brock motherfucking Purdy at 550. Gardner Minshew at 533. Last week, he had a good game against the Ravens. So he putting up 533 yards on the season so far. Matthew Stafford at 533, and that's with Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp just getting hurt in the mix of that as well. Jared Goff at 524 and Lamar Jackson at 520. So that is that right there. And now, these 9 undefeated teams, ladies and gentlemen. Only these 9 teams right now are undefeated. We got the Bills, we got the Texans, and we got the Chiefs. So in the AFC, it's really looking like the top 3 teams in the AFC. I mean, it's really the Chiefs, the Texans, and the Bills, the Ravens, and the Bengals. I mean, we'll see. They're going to pile up more wins, but obviously they're not undefeated. So right now, coming out of the AFC, the Chiefs, Bills, and the Texans are the only undefeated teams. In the NFC, it's a little bit more wide open right now because we got 6 teams undefeated with the Chargers, with the Saints, the Steelers, the Buccaneers, the Vikings, and the Seahawks. So a lot of teams just still haven't, the NFC still got a lot of teams that are going, they're still competing there. And still have not lost a game this season so far. Oh, here's the news. I could have just showed y'all here, but anyways, me picking up Kareem on fantasy yesterday. Big brain. Don't be doing that, y'all. Don't be wasting your time picking it up. These are the standings. Let me show you guys the standings. So the Bills right now on top of the AFC division, 2-0. Patriots 1-1. Jets 1-1. Dolphins 1-1. The Steelers stand alone in the AFC North at 2-0. The Browns at 1-1, the Ravens at 0-2, and the Bengals at 0-2. In the AFC South, we got the Texans at 2-0, the Colts, Jaguars, and the Titans at 0-2. The Chargers and the Chiefs, they're both undefeated. The Chargers are actually ahead of the Chiefs, 2-0 and 2-0. And then we got the Raiders at 1-1 and the Broncos at 0-2. In the NFC, we got the Washington Commanders, the Eagles, and the Cowboys all tied at 1-1. And we got the Giants at 0-2. No surprise there. The Vikings stand alone right now, 2-0 in the NFC North, with the Lions, Bears, and Packers all at 1-1. The NFC South looking pretty solid. Saints and Buccaneers, clearly the 2 best teams in this division. If the Falcons, they could definitely kind of be up here in this mix, but right now they're 1-1. And the Panthers are absolute dog shit. They're 0-2. The Seahawks, 2-0, stand alone right now in the NFC West. The Cardinals 1-1, the Niners 1-1, and the Rams are 0-2. All right. But let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's talk about every game real quick. I already talked about the Bills Dolphins game, right? Yeah. So Bills, they dominated the Dolphins. Tua got hurt. He's in concussion protocol. Unfortunate. Now let's get to these games real quick. I'm just gonna go quickly here. Um, yeah, the Niners, they lost to the Vikings, 23-17. And it was clearly not the most intriguing game. Brock Purdy kind of struggled a bit offensively. This team just kind of finding things. It was kind of a little bit of a mess. Little bit of a mess. Yeah, a little bit of a mess here. Just a lot going on. Just a lot going on. But the Vikings were able to pull through. I mean, obviously they got a couple touchdowns. They got a 97-yard touchdown play by fucking Justin Jefferson in the second quarter here. Jalen Naylor had a touchdown in this game. So clearly the Vikings offense was cooking up with gas in this one, and they were able to pull through. And obviously, boom, they were able to get the win over the Niners. I'm going to speed run these recaps so I can kind of fit in as much as I can on this episode so I don't have to do many other episodes. I don't want to there's a couple other things that let me shut the fuck up. I'm going to speed run this, all right? So I'm not going to go in full detail next week. This week has been tough, guys. All right? This week has been a lot of stuff is going on, but I still got to put an episode out before the games today. It's Sunday morning, by the way. So again, we're back in the same predicament as last week, putting up an episode just hopefully on time before all the other NFL games start, as it's 11:12 right now. But either or, we're getting back to it. Seahawks beat the Patriots 23-20 in overtime. Seahawks looked good. They looked good offensively. Both teams, offensively looked solid, but this is really a defensive slugfest. And I mean, the Seahawks were able to pull through. They got the win here, and that was that. I mean, the Seahawks, they love these close games because they can always win these close games, and they like to give their fans a fucking heart attack. The Giants lose to the Commanders 21-18. The Commanders, again, they've had some good drives here. Danny Jones had 2 touchdowns. Jane Daniels didn't have any touchdowns on his own, but the run game looked pretty good. Brian Robinson Jr. had 133 yards, 17 carries. Singletary and Malik Neighbors had a touchdown as well. So both offenses looked okay, but it was really the defense. Commanders, however, fucking offense was carried by the one and only fucking kicker, Austin Sabert. Again, he had 7 field goals. So obviously that was a total of 21 points. So that was literally the entire Commanders offense. The fact that the Giants put up 2 touchdowns and the fact that they still couldn't beat the Commanders, it just sucks. Actually, no, 3 touchdowns, excuse me. They put up 3 touchdowns. Wait a minute. They're so stupid, bruh. They're so stupid. I just realized they put up 3 touchdowns and they lost by 3 points. They went for 2 twice. They missed the kick in the first quarter when they had that Devin Singletary touchdown. Then they went for 2 after that Malik Neighbors touchdown. It didn't convert. And then they went for 2 again in the fourth quarter for that touchdown after Wan'Dale Robinson got it, and they still missed. So this game could have went to overtime pretty easily. The Giants are fucking bums. They're just so bum. They're just bums. They wanted to go for 2 twice and they failed both times. And they missed that extra point. Even if they made that extra point, it would have been a 19-21 game. But they went for 2, and instead they could have just put up the extra point. Actually, it could have been 20-21. Who knows? But they failed twice at 2-point conversions. Twice. Didn't have to, though. They didn't have to. It wasn't like they had all the time in the fucking world in the game to put it. The Giants are absolute dog shit. Just like this team, the Carolina Panthers. Oh my goodness. Not even to talk much about this. I feel so sorry about the Panthers. Oh my goodness. The Panthers suck. They suck. They fucking suck. Anyway, the Chargers, they steamroll the Carolina Panthers. 26-3. I feel so sorry for Bryce Young. He couldn't even put up 90 yards in this game of offense, an interception. Panthers, oh my God, everything, and I mean everything, looks terrible. There is really nothing to look forward to for the Panthers. I thought maybe we were going to get some improvement this year, and there still is a possibility. But what we're looking at right now is the Chicago White Sox of the NFL, the Detroit Pistons, and arguably the Brooklyn Nets of next season of the NFL. This Panthers team is absolute horse semen. It is terrible. It is absolute terror. It's dog shit. It's so bad that it's making me emotional a little bit. Bryce Young, come to Miami. Go somewhere where they could find you at a good place, please. They don't need you there in Carolina. You can at least prove that this could be a whole nother fucking discussion. And also, speaking of Bryce Young and the Panthers, he got benched. So Bryce Young is not going to be starting today against the Raiders. It's going to be Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton is going to be the starting quarterback for the Panthers today against the Raiders. So no Bryce Young for today. They benched him. When that's not really going to do much, because even though Bryce Young has not been great, I would say he's probably been somewhat the best part of this entire team. And it's not like he's really done anything either. So I guess we could put some blame on Bryce Young because he hasn't been, a Superman. But that's unfortunately the reality, or that's what they want him to be. They want him to be fucking Superman, Batman, Iron Man, Spider-Man. They want him to be the whole fucking Avengers and DC into one. They want him to be the ultimate superhero in Carolina. Cam Newton was the only Superman that they've ever fucking had. That was the closest Superman they ever had in Carolina, was fucking Cam Newton in 2015. And he took it to the Super Bowl, and it still wasn't enough, unfortunately. But still an amazing season, and that's why I became a fan. The Panthers, out of all teams, that 2015 team was the reason why I love football. That 2015 Carolina Panthers team, Cam Newton, he put me into football. He got me into football. This is why I started watching football. Now, the fact that almost 10 years later, this exact same team sucks balls is tough. This exact franchise 10 years later sucks absolute horse meat. And look, a lot of teams suck too, but this is honestly the most pitiful thing I've ever seen from the Panthers. They need to change everything. At this point, I don't know. At this point, just make them a college team. Demote them. Relegation, just like in football, in soccer, like relegation. Send them down to Division 3 football, Division 1 football. Like, at this point, give us a new one. Put Georgia as the 32nd team to replace the Panthers in the NFL. Alabama? I don't know. Like, oh my goodness, dude, it's insane. It's insane. I promise you, Alabama and Georgia, they could beat this Panthers team. And look, I'm not the kind of guy to be like, well, the worst college team, the best college team can beat the worst NFL team. I still feel like, for the most part, any NFL team, no matter how dog shit they are, could still beat an elite college football team. But I'm really tempted here that Alabama could probably smoke this team, or Georgia. Like, at this point, I'm convinced. And my point would be wrong, but who knows? But shout out to the Chargers, 26-3. They got the easiest of wins ever. It was a bye week. However, let's talk about this absolute domination. The Saints, they cooked the Cowboys 44-19. I'll be honest with you, I don't have all the energy in the world to talk shit about the Cowboys, but it's okay. We're gonna have another time where I'm gonna talk shit. They're gonna lose pretty badly. So for today, I'm not going to go too hard on the Cowboys, but Jerry's World apparently is a playground, because these Saints team were just toying them around this whole game. 44 points. You let Alvin Kamara had 4 touchdowns in this game. Alvin Kamara looks amazing. All of a sudden, this man is back in his fucking prime. Is Alvin Kamara back to prime Alvin Kamara? because he looked phenomenal. He looked phenomenal. He looked phenomenal. He looked unbeatable. He looked unstoppable. And Derek Carr, MVP conversation, MVP candidate right now. The fact that he's not top 5 in yards is a little crazy right now, but he's pulling in. He's leading the Saints team. And I'm scared because we got to go up against the Saints in a couple hours from now in New Orleans. So we'll see what the Eagles can do there. We'll get to that in a second. Cowboys defense just needs to fucking improve. And the offense, goddamn, what the fuck happened? Dak Prescott. This Cowboys team needs a bath. That's what they need. They need a bath. They need a bath. They need a car wash. They need a power drill. What do they need? A bidet? What do they need to clean themselves? What is good enough? Is a bidet not enough? Is a car wash not enough? Is a power drill not enough? Do they need rain? Do they need a hurricane? Do they need a tsunami? Do you need the entire Atlantic Ocean to wash yourselves from this fucking absolute terrible loss? What do you need to clean yourselves? You got all the water in this world. This planet is 75% water. You got plenty of it. Clean yourselves and play better next week. Because holy crap, what the hell was that game, Cowboys? But it's okay, because I'm looking forward to more of these losses. So that's the most roasting that I'm going to get to the Cowboys. Whatever. We'll see what happens today when they go up against, who are they playing against today? The Ravens, right? The Ravens. We'll see how that goes. Panthers. Excuse me, not the Panthers. The Packers. They beat the Colts 16-10. Anthony Richardson didn't look good. He didn't look good. 3 interceptions, a touchdown. Malik Willis had a touchdown. You know, he looked solid. Jordan Love he's still hurt. It looks like he might be cleared sooner than later to play, but I'm not sure if he's going to be playing today against the Titans. But we'll have to wait and see. But either way, Malik Willis did his job. He didn't play terrible. And the Packers were able to get the job done. Pretty simple. I mean, offensively they looked okay, but they were still able to get the job done here. Got the win against the Colts. Even though the Colts were making it interesting in that fourth quarter, because the first 3 quarters they were literally doing nothing. So that's that. The Browns get a stingy defensive slugfest win against the Jaguars. Offensively did not look amazing for the Browns. 18 points. Deshaun Watson looked didn't look great. But, I mean, defensively, the Jaguars did all they could, but this was just a dirty, sluggy battle. It was also rainy as well, so it was just one of those games where this defense was good, but the offense wasn't really doing much. Etienne had a touchdown. You know, Brian Thomas had 2 receptions, 94 yards. He had a good game, but didn't really pay attention to this one. They didn't even cover this game that much on Red Zone, so it wasn't that I even really watched that much of it. Jets take care of business, take down the Tennessee Titans to get their first win of the season, 24-17. Ironically, funny enough, they actually lost back-to-back weeks to the same exact score, 24-17. Will Levis looked pretty weird. Did not look great in this one. A touchdown, interception. But again, the offense just keeps letting down the defense. The defense for the Tennessee Titans have been pretty stingy, and they've given some teams some trouble. This game was kind of close in that first half. I mean, the Tennessee Titans defense was kind of giving them some pressure, and then second half they just kind of fell through. Once again, you know, I mean, the Titans, they looked solid in that first half, offensively, defensively, and then second half falls apart. Same thing as week 1 against the Bears. They just looked good in the first half, and then they just fell through in the second. Can they put a complete game? Or can the defense carry? I mean, I'm not expecting much from the offense. Will Levis just looks, he kind of looks lost out there. I mean, we've already we have so many memes of Will Levis already. It hasn't been 3 games yet. So the Jets, they get a big win against the Titans. The Titans, they got to get a win soon on the board, but we'll see what happens there. Then we got the Buccaneers. They beat the Detroit Lions 20-16. Good game for both teams defensively. Offensively looked a little sluggish, especially since Jared Goff, 2 interceptions. Yeah, the Lions offense wasn't clicking that bad. It wasn't clicking that much. Buccaneers offense also didn't look amazing too, but both defenses, you know, going at it each other. Aiden Hutchinson, as I mentioned already, 4.5 sacks or 5 sacks in this game. Looked great. phenomenal. Was giving Baker Mayfield some hard troubles. Definitely was giving him a lot of pressure there. But even then, they still pulled through with the win. Buccaneers are 2-0. Defense looked very tough. Stingy. Buccaneers look like they are one of the elite teams in the NFC, and saying to the rest of the division, to the Saints and to the Falcons, hey, we've won this division, like we own this division for the last 5 years. We're not stopping anytime soon. However, the team that has been stopping the Ravens, or the latest victim to the Ravens massacre, is the the Las Vegas Raiders. They take down the Ravens 26-23. Let me just check if my shit uploaded already, because it still has not uploaded. It still has not uploaded. What is going on? What is going on? Why is it taking so long for my TikTok to upload? I'm smart. What is going on this week, bro? Life is just lifing right now. You know? Man, it's been a good week for sports, but damn, what's going on? Everything's kind of slow. Everything's just kind of like, I recorded this. I did this literally over an hour ago, and we're still. I'll worry about that after. Anyways, the Raiders, yeah, they beat the Ravens 26-23. The Ravens, that O-line is atrocious. What the fuck is going on with that O-line? What's going on? What is going on? What is going on with that O-line? Don't know where are we going here. Don't know where we're going here. It looks like a mess. It looks like an absolute fucking mess. And they need to fix things. They don't look great complete. Defensively, they look good, but offensively, Lamar's phenomenal. He's gonna make plays. He's he's a 2-time MVP. Derrick Henry has been good, but maybe he's been even underutilized. Who says? I mean, 18 carries, 84 yards, a touchdown. Even then, they could have needed him a little bit more. But either or, they need to fix things around. They need to fix things around in Baltimore, because that O-line is an absolute fucking disaster. It is an absolute disaster. And the Raiders, shout out to them. Offensively, they looked much better than the week before, when they played against the who did they play against in week 1? Against the Colts? Whoever they played in week 1. But either or, they played a lot better in week 2, and they were able to upset the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens got to get the job done soon. Then we got the Cardinals absolutely decimating the LA Rams 41-10. Yeah, this was that was that. 41-10. Absolute domination. 3 touchdowns for Kyler Murray, 266 yards. Look, the Cardinals looked phenomenal in this game. Unfortunately, the Rams, they have a bunch of injuries, so offense looked very depleted and hurt. Defense, still, though, the defense doesn't look good at all, man. I don't know. I thought the defense for the Rams this year was going to look a lot better than this, but allowing a 40-burger to the Cardinals is very iffy. However, the offense just can't pull through. Without their 2 biggest guys on offense, they're going to have to use a bunch of young guys. Matthew Stafford. Man, is the Rams season over? I don't think they're going to be out for the rest of the season, but for the next month or so, without Puka Nacua or without Cooper Kupp, depending on see how soon they get back from injury, the Rams are not going to look amazing. So if they can pull a couple wins within the next month, that would be good for them, because they are going to need as many wins as they possibly can, because they're in a tight position now. With the Cardinals, however, they got a big win. Marvin Harrison Jr. did not do nothing in game 1 of his in his debut game, but in game 2 he had 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. What a change! I mean, first game 4 targets or 1 reception, 4 yards, I think, and then second game he got 2 touchdowns in the first quarter alone. Damn. He had 4 receptions, 130 yards, and 2 tutties. And that was just in the first quarter. So amazing for the Cardinals. Amazing for Marvin Harrison Jr. He's already on the board, and he's already looking like a fucking superstar. And everybody was talking shit. Oh my God, they're not giving Marvin Harrison any targets or anything. They're not giving him much time. Well, 2 touchdowns, 4 receptions, and he's gonna be utilized a little bit more. This was an absolute fucking bangers. The Chiefs, they take down the Bengals 26-25. Another close game between the Bengals and the Chiefs. They just never. They always get into the. This is always a fucking battle. This is always a battle. However, the Bengals defense looked pretty good in this game, and the Chiefs offense looked mid. They looked mid. The Chiefs looked mid. I'm not gonna lie. They didn't impress me in this game. Patrick Mahomes, he had 2 touchdowns, but he had 2 interceptions. And one of those interceptions was from Cam Taylor Bry, I believe. Dude, that interception was fucking insane. That interception was amazing. That one-handed interception that was in the third quarter. Boom. Yeah. Amazing. I didn't mean to put that, but just to show y'all real quick. That was fucking phenomenal. Literally phenomenal interception there. But unfortunately was not good enough to take down the reigning defending trying to three-peat Kansas City Chiefs because eventually they got the game-winning field goal and won the game by 1 point. However, it was a pass interference call on 4th and 16 that cost the Bengals a chance to win the game because they were up by 2 points. Obviously, they were up 25-23, but obviously with that pass interference call, it was an automatic first down, and that set the Chiefs to be in field goal range, and boom, they hit the game-winning field goal. So, yeah, but the Bengals, they played a lot better in this game. They were scrappy. They were giving the Chiefs trouble. They were giving the Chiefs trouble. Both of these teams, when they go off against each other, it's always close. It is always close, and I need spectacular. Give me 14 of them. Like, this is what I want. If we can get a game like this every fucking week, I need it. I want it. This is what NFL football wants. I know that the call at the end of the refs, this and that. I am not here to talk on my podcast about the fucking referees because even though the referees are far, and I mean far from perfect, and they make the dumbest mistakes and calls all the fucking time, I try not to use that as the big excuse here and Bengals versus Revs. I know, but we're not gonna do this. All right, I'm tired. I don't need to talk about the refs here. They don't get my attention I talk about the game itself and what's going on within teams. Fuck the refs, we don't care. Anyways, the Chiefs get the job done here, whether they helped the Chiefs out or not. Boring ass game. But the Steelers, they beat the Broncos 13-6. I can't watch a Steelers game. A full Steelers game? I can't. Like, I mean, if you're a fan of defense, I mean, go for it because this is the best you probably got here. But my goodness, bro, they just look. They're easily one of the worst teams that are undefeated at the moment. But that fucking defense, they do everything, man. Now I'm gonna relax a little bit. It was the Broncos. Bo Nix still hasn't looked amazing. 2 interceptions, 246 yards, didn't look great. But that Steelers offense is not looking great. George Pickens, he had a touchdown, but that was called back, so it could have been a 20-6 game or something. They could have been more points on the board. But still, the Steelers offense, they need to figure things out a little bit more. They're going down the field to get field goals clearly, but they're just not driving in. They're not getting in the end zone. They're not getting in the end zone. They're just staying stuck in the red zone, get a couple turnovers, or maybe they're just good enough to get a field goal. And that's that. Justin Fields just looked okay, but the Broncos, they didn't look good at all. The offense looks like dog shit, and the defense, I mean, hey, the defense did enough. 13 points. I mean, that's pretty good. And especially with only with 1 touchdown, and that was a rushing touchdown for Darnell Washington, and that was in the first quarter. So whatever, they were able to do what they could do defensively, but not enough to win the game. Sunday Night Football, this was kind of a snooze fest a little bit, especially kind of in the second half a little bit. First half was a little bit interesting for sure. It was like a 16-10 game in the first half. The Texans were pulling through in this game, but both teams defensively going at it. Offensively, didn't look like the greatest game for either team. especially not for the Bears, because again, they have to figure out their identity on offense, because offensively, they're not really doing much. They're not doing anything much offensively. So they got to figure things out there. 2 interceptions, 174 yards for Caleb Williams. Got to figure it out. But CJ Stroud has a touchdown, 260 yards for the Texans. They're looking decent. But they got to make some changes here, because it's not looking phenomenal. It's not looking phenomenal for the Bears offensively. Again, defensively look great. The Texans look good on both sides of the ball, but they could have destroyed this team if they were really clicking. They could have really destroyed the Bears, if they were really clicking. But hey, that just shows that the Bears defense was also on point too. So props to the Texans. They get the win on Sunday Night Football. And then Monday Night Football. This hurts. This fucking hurts. But the Philadelphia Eagles, they fall short to the Atlanta Falcons 22-21. We gave the Falcons this win. It was bad. Saquon Barkley dropped a crucial third down, a 3rd and 4, I believe, pass play option there. And he just dropped it. He just dropped it. Nobody was there. He just absolutely dropped it. And that cost us a turnover. And then eventually the Falcons got the ball. Drake London got the game-leading touchdown. And then we had a chance with like 20-something seconds on the clock left to put up a game-winning drive so we can potentially get into field goal range. We got a first down. And then eventually Jalen Hurts threw a game-sealing interception. So this was a giveaway game to the Atlanta Falcons. We had this game in the bag, man. We can't be doing this, man. We cannot be doing this. Whatever. I was frustrated Monday night. I didn't sleep amazing that night. Tuesday morning, I was contemplating what the fuck did I just watch last night. But whatever. Whatever. They play again today. We'll see. I'm excited for today's game, even though it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be against the Saints. It's going to be a hell of a game. Super excited. But we could have had this one in the bag. We could have been easily 2-0, but we just had to give the Falcons some hope here. Jalen Hurts did not look amazing, but again, our offense needs to figure certain things out. Our offense looked good for the most part, and also the defense, the fact that our defense is they're just not clutch. I feel like our defense they're good. They're a good defense for the most part, and they can get really good stops. But then when it matters the most, when they need a clutch up, when they need a drive, they just let Kirk Cousins just go down the field with absolute fucking ease. Man, our defense just needs to step up in clutch situations. And they looked good for the majority of the game, but then y'all let them get a game-winning drive through. It was like a 5 or 6 yard drive, and they were 80, 70 something yards away. Y'all just let them cruise by and get the game-winning whatever. Falcons, you get the dub. Eagles, you better bounce back today. But it doesn't get any easier. So we'll see. But that's that. That is week 2, ladies and gentlemen. Hooray! Finally, damn. We recapped all of the week 2 games. Now let me recap last football game. We talked about I had the Jets winning this game, by the way. But obviously I didn't have time to record that and put it on the episode. But just to point it out, yes, the Jets. They get the win against the Patriots, 24-3. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, they looked pretty good in this game. Aaron Rodgers, 2 touchdowns, 281 yards. The offense looked good. Garrett Wilson a touchdown. Lazard. Okay, the Jets look good. They looked good. And the Patriots, nothing. Dog shit. Defense, okay. Defense, fair enough. They were doing their best they could. Offense did nothing. Jacoby Brissett did nothing. Drake May had to come in the game with 5 or 6 minutes left in the game. Or 7 minutes, however it was, in the fourth quarter. Didn't do anything. 1 field goal. Yeah, that's it. But the Jets, they look good. Patriots didn't really do much, but they got the win here. They're 2-1. The Jets, if they can keep putting up wins like this, this should be fine. Hey, they've been bouncing back. They lost that week 1 game against the Niners, but here they are. They're 2-1. They're looking fine. So we just got to see the consistency. We just got to see where we're going to go. Anyways, now that we're done recapping week 2, we're going to make my week 5. Week 5. So we're skipping week 3 and week 4, Jader. Where is it? pick. There we go. We're going to be making my week 3 predictions. So as you can see here, I had the Jets over the Patriots. So I'm not fucking lying to y'all. So I'm 22-11. All right. Whatever. Last week. Yeah, last week I went 8-8. Last week I went 8-8 in my picks. So obviously I'm 22-11 right now. 82,702, 91.6, 229 points. So yeah, I had this game wrong, Lions. God damn, I had 4 straight. Dolphins, Cowboys, Lions, Niners. I got the Panthers game right. Colts, I had them winning. They let me down. The Jets, the Seahawks, the Jaguars, they had me wrong. The Ravens got me wrong. The Commanders, I got it right. The Cardinals, Chiefs, Steelers, Texans, I got those game right. And then the fucking Falcons, they beat my Eagles. So unfortunately, that was that. But anyways, that was week 2. Enough of week 2. Now let's get to week 3. We already talked about the Thursday night football game. Let's talk about it for the first games. Sunday. All right, we got the ew. We got the Giants going up against the Cleveland Browns. Give me the Cleveland Browns. The Browns haven't looked great this year, but defensively they still look good. So I'm gonna have to give it to them. The defense, pull it in all for the defense. I'll pull it in all for the defense for the Browns. The Giants, I don't trust them. Then we got the Green Bay Packers going up against the Tennessee Titans. I'm going to pull for the upset here. I'm going to go with the Tennessee Titans. Their defense has looked good, so I'm trusting them over Green Bay, especially with Malik Willis at quarterback. He wasn't bad last week, so that doesn't really haven't changed much in my opinion on that. I think he could still have a good game or whatever, but I think probably the defense is going to give more of a struggle to the Packers compared to that Colts defense that at least they were also giving him some trouble too, but they were still executing on certain drives. And who knows? I think that Titans defense could be very stingy and could give some trouble to the Packers. And maybe not even just the quarterback. Maybe they'll just get some good plays, good drives going, and then an interception or a fumble or some kind of turnover could happen here. Maybe the Titans, they are good at committing turnovers or receiving or claiming turnovers, not getting turnovers, but at least, picking up turnovers. So that Titans defense, they don't look bad at all. So I think they might I think they might have their best outing today. Who knows? Fuck it. Let's just be bold here. Next, we got the Chicago Bears going up against the Indianapolis Colts. I'm kind of tempted to pick the Colts here, but I am not doing that. Why? Because AR hasn't really done much this year. Last week was very tough. It was a very tough game for the Colts. So, yeah, they need to figure things out here. They just haven't looked good. They just haven't looked great, so gotta figure something out. Give me the Bears. Then we got the Texans over the Vikings. Both teams have looked pretty good as well. But I'm taking the Texans. They looked a lot more impressive for sure. The Vikings fought hard against the Niners defense last week. But they had some really good plays. I don't know where the Niners defense played. I mean, that 97-yard pass to Justin Jefferson was amazing, but I don't know where the Niners were at. They were fucking sleeping in coverage there. But either or, I'm comfortable. I'll pick the Texans to win this one. I think their offense is going to bounce back a little bit more. I think C.J. Stroud might actually have the best game of the season. Who knows against that Vikings defense. I'm going with the Eagles, y'all. Y'all know who I'm going with. Eagles at Saints. I'm definitely going to have to go with the Eagles, but it's going to be a tough one because the Saints have looked amazing. They've put up so many points on the board this year, and defense, they've looked great as well. The Saints, they are going to look like the best team in the NFL right now. And who would have thought they would have been looking like the best team in the NFL after the first 2 weeks of the season? They're at home. We're on the road, so it's going to be a challenge. But Philly, please see how we can get the job done. For God's sake. Then we got the Chargers going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Wow, a 50-50 pick here. I'm going to go with the Chargers. I like that Steelers defense. That Steelers defense is really, really good. But the offense can't do shit. While at least the run game for the Chargers they've really been putting up a lot of points there. The run game has been productive. So I trust the offense more for the Chargers. I think the defense for the Steelers are going to be able to get as much as they can here, but Chargers, they're going to be putting up more points. So fuck it. We'll give me the LA Chargers over the Steelers. Next, we got the Broncos going up against the Buccaneers. Give me the Buccaneers. The Broncos have not, they don't look good. They don't look good. Broncos, I'm sorry. Panthers going up against the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm going with the Raiders. I kind of want to pick the Panthers just because the Raiders defense hasn't looked amazing, but I can't, man. This Panthers team is so ass. I can't even do that for my fucking sanity. I really can't. Truly, I just cannot. But either or, give me the Raiders. Next, we got the Miami Dolphins going up against the Seattle Seahawks. I'm going to go with the Seattle Seahawks. No Tua Tagovailoa. We got Skylar Thompson at quarterback. Skylar, just prove to me that you can win a game. I don't know. Let's see. I don't really got much high hopes for this Dolphins game today, but I have all the high hopes for all the Eagles game today. I'm really going for the Eagles for today. This week, I'm not really feeling the Dolphins. We'll see what they could do against Seattle in the 12th man stadium, but we'll see. Ravens at Cowboys. Give me the Ravens. They need this win. They need this win against the Cowboys. They're 0-2. They cannot afford going 0-3. Especially since I think their next game is against the Bills or against the Bengals. So, yeah, the Ravens, they need to pick up a win at some point this season. As soon as they can. They got to take advantage that this Cowboys defense is very flawed. I was about to say flawless, but that's far from the truth. Flawed defense at the moment, showing a lot of gaping holes, and the Ravens can probably pull through because their offense, they've looked legit, but it's just the O-line has just let them down. So if they can make some changes there, Lamar can be Lamar, and if this team can start clicking, the Ravens could absolutely decimate the Cowboys just like the Saints did last week. But if not, this is going to be a tougher game for the Ravens than what it should be. But I'm going with the Ravens either or. Next, you got the San Francisco 49ers going up against the LA Rams. Give me the Niners. The Rams are filled with a bunch of injuries. So, I just, right now, the Rams, who do they got on offense? Like Tutu Atwell. They don't have Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua. They have a couple other young guys. They are rookies, but who's there? Kyron Williams in the backfield. But again, I don't know what the Niners. They're gonna have a bounce back win. They got destroyed last week against the Cardinals, the Rams. While the Vikings, they had a closer game with the Niners, but still, either or, give me the Niners to bounce back, get the win against the Rams. Then we got the Lions going up against the Cardinals. Give me the Cardinals in an upset. I like the Cardinals. I like their showing. Even that first game when they played against the Bills, yes, they lost, but it was really because they just kind of lost track of it in that second half. They let the Bills come through. But if they can put up a complete game, and if the offense just keeps on putting up points, the Lions, I don't know, it could be too much for Detroit. The Lions offensively hasn't been amazing. They have the potential, all the potential to, again, be more explosive out there. And defensively, Aiden Hutchinson's doing this fucking thing. We know. But the Lions have kind of just looked like a good team, but they have not looked like an elite team this year so far. At least the first two games, they've just looked okay. They've looked good enough, but they haven't looked like a top-tier team in the league, a team that just were in the NFC Championship last year, The Niners have given some of those performances, especially in that first game. And you could even say the Chiefs in that first game as well, even last game against the Bengals as well. But I don't know. I feel like the Cardinals can come in, they're staying at home this week again, back-to-back weeks at home. And who knows? I think the Lions, they're probably going to have some struggles here. We'll see. But the Cardinals, I got them beating the Lions. Then we got Sunday Night Football. We got the Kansas City Chiefs going up against the Atlanta Falcons. I could see the Falcons really getting a win here. They're at home in Atlanta. And it's going to be a tough game for Kansas City because that defense, it's been actually been fire. It's been pretty good. But I don't know if the offense is really going to explode. I don't know. I don't know if I expect a lot from that offense to explode. However, the Chiefs, they have many ways to come through. Even if they're down in this game, they can pull through with their run game. I know Pacheco is out, but they got Carson Steele and they got Samaj P. Ryan in the backfield to help them out there. Obviously, they got Xavier Worthy. They got Rashid Rice. They got Kelsey. Kelsey hasn't done much this season so far, but he's going to have to step up and get back to being Travis Kelsey, being typical Travis Kelsey. So the Chiefs, they're just too loaded. They haven't played flawless football at any point this year so far, but they've been in close games already. Literally, their first two games were pretty close, so it could have been either or. And this could be another one, but I still think the Chiefs are going to pull through, get another win in primetime game this season. Next, for the one of the two Monday Night Football games, we got starting off with the Jaguars going up against the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Buffalo Bills here. The Bills, they've looked like a top three team in the NFL this season. Defense looks good. Offense looks great. Look like they're having a fun time out there. It looks like Stephon Diggs. Without Stephon Diggs there, they've been looking all right, as acting like they don't really need him out there. So the Buffalo Bills, they're looking fine right now. Josh Allen in the run game has looked good. Well, with James Cook, I mean, he cooked the Dolphins last game. So the Bills, I don't know. I mean, there's just not much to expect from the Jaguars this season or for this game. Postseason, maybe. But offensively, they got to start clicking. They got to start clicking at some point. Give me the Bills. And then finally, we got the Commanders going up against the Cincinnati Bengals in Cincinnati. I think the Bengals are going to bounce back. They're finally going to get their first win of the season. The Commanders, they just look a little sluggish, especially offensively. Scary Terry, man. He needs to find a rhythm because it's not looking good right now. It's not looking great. So they need to figure things out because it's not looking great. It's not looking great. But anywho, how many points will they score? 35. I don't think it's going to be that high scoring of a game. 35 points. All right, so for week 3, I'm already 1-0, obviously with the Jets being the Patriots. But for Sundays and for Mondays games, I have the Browns over the Giants, the Titans over the Packers, the Bears over the Colts, the Texans over the Vikings, the Eagles over the Saints, the Chargers over the Steelers, the Buccaneers over the Broncos, the Raiders over the Panthers, the Seahawks over the Dolphins, the Ravens over the Cowboys, the Niners over the Rams, the Cardinals over the Lions, the Chiefs over the Falcons, the Bills over the Jaguars, and the Bengals over the Commanders. So those are my week 3 predictions, ladies and gentlemen. Let me cross that off on the list here. And then bada bing, bada boom. We can get that out of here. Let me just recap. There we go. Week 3 picks and blah 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 blah. College football. Well, it is Sunday. Obviously, I could recap college football, but maybe I could do that for the next episode, which is going to be Tuesday. I kind of want to get to the other things that I want to talk about. For today, by the way, I'm not going to do memes because that's going to take a bunch of fucking time. So I'm going to do memes for the next episode. I still haven't seen the memes from last week's, slate of games. So I'll just watch that on my own. For week 3, I'll watch it with y'all. I'll put it on for the 2 episodes that we're going to do this week coming up. So we'll do that for next week. I'm sorry, guys, but just to kind of close things up a bit. All right, now let's talk about some baseball. Because baseball is closing in right now. So all this football talk, let me just get out of here. No Spotify. Let me just go on ESPN and talk about baseball. So now we're in the baseball part of the episode. We'll talk about college football next week, guys. Or not this week. Next episode, guys. Excuse me. My bad. All right. So let's look at the standings right now. So let's talk about it. So in the American League right now, the Yankees have clinched a postseason spot. As you can see, they have not clinched the division just yet, but they have clinched a playoff berth at 91-64. So they are in the playoffs, obviously. The Orioles still intact for the wild card, 86-69, but they lost that division lead after going on a 6 or 5 game. No, actually, no, it was like a 3 or 4 game losing streak, while the Yankees were going on a 3 or 4 game winning streak. So, as you can see, they were 8-2 in the last 10 games. The Orioles were 4-6 in the last 10 games. So, obviously, that has slowed them down. The Yankees look in prime position to win the American League East Division. The Rams, the Rays, I was about to say the Ravens. Oh my goodness. The Rays, they're going to be eliminated from the postseason at some point, and the Red Sox are going to be eliminated from the postseason at some point. They 0.1, 0.1. They're eliminated, guys. The Red Sox and the Rays, they're out of here. The Orioles, they're only one still trying to clinch a playoff berth. I think their magic numbers around like 4 or 5 games around there. We'll see. And the Blue Jays, they're eliminated. So no Blue Jays in the postseason this year. The AL Central Division champions belongs to the Cleveland Guardians, 90-66. They clinch a playoff berth, and obviously they win the AL Central. The Chicago White Sox, breaking news, 36-119. They're eliminated from the playoffs. But look at this. The Royals, the Twins, the Tigers, 82-73, 81-73, 81-74. What is going on here? 2 of these teams are going to be in the wild card. And one of these are, I don't know. Out of these 3 teams, which are the 2 that are in advance? The Royals? And the Royals are on thin fucking ice because they've lost 6 straight games. They've lost 6 straight games, but they're still in very good position to be in the playoffs. But the Tigers and the Twins are just there. They're just right. The Royals are here, and the Minnesota Twins and the Tigers are right here. They're just right there, neck and neck. I think it's ultimately going to be the Royals and the Twins are going to make it. I don't know. I think the Tigers might fall short. We'll see. Don't know. I want to see the Royals in the playoffs, and I kind of want to see the Twins. The Tigers, they still got a good chance, though. Don't count them out. And then in the AL West, the Angels, Athletics, and the Rangers. Wow. The Rangers, who've had an absolute disappointing of a season. They were the World Series champions last year, and they're below 500 after the next season. So, yeah, 73-82. What a disappointment. The Mariners, yeah, the Astros are going to win this fucking division. I'm sorry. The Astros, they're going to clinch the AL West once again at some point this week. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, we'll see. But the Mariners, they're still in prime position for a playoff spot, but they're still behind any of these 3 teams, the Royals, Twins, Tigers. The Mariners, they're going to have to get some work done. They're on a 3-game winning streak, but they got to keep winning games, man. They cannot afford to lose maybe like 2 games, 3 games. Like, they cannot. They need to be damn near flawless this week so they can really, earn that wild card spot in that American League, because it is tough in that American League. In the NL Central, let's just skip in the NL Central because it's already decided. Everything is fixed. The Pirates are eliminated, the Reds are eliminated, the Cardinals are eliminated, and the Cubs are eliminated. So obviously the Twins. Oh my God. Oh my goodness, man. Am I talking too fast? Maybe that's why. Let me drink some water. My mouth is like dry, and when I'm like speaking a little too fast and blah blah blah, I'm just stumbling my words. So let me just take it easy there. I'm not in a rush here. So yeah, the Brewers, they win the NL Central. They clinch the division, 88-76 or 67, excuse me. They're on a 3-game losing streak, but still, they clinch the division. Bada bing, bada boom. In the NL East, the Phillies, obviously, they're in the playoffs. They're right now in good position to win the NL East. Division. The Nationals, the Marlins obviously eliminated. The Mets and the Braves, they're fighting for a wild card spot. I think the Mets are probably going to take that wild card spot, unfortunately, but I'm hoping oh my God, I'm hoping the Braves can pull through. Please, I just want the Braves to pull through over the Mets. Oh my God, please. I do not want to face the Mets in the postseason. I don't want the Mets in the playoffs. Please. I need the Braves to lock in and surpass the Braves. Unfortunately, the Mets have won they've won 2 games out of this. Oh my God, man! They won yesterday against the Phillies. They lost on Friday. We lost to them on Thursday. So the Phillies lost on Thursday and yesterday, Saturday, but they destroyed the Mets on Friday. So tonight they play Sunday Night Baseball, the last Sunday Night Baseball of the season, because next Sunday is the last day of the regular season. And all the games I believe are like at 3 p.m. So all the games are at the same time. So this is the last primetime ESPN game of the season. Phillies Mets. Please, Phillies. Please. We need and the Braves, they need to beat the Marlins today so they can get closer. The Mets need to keep losing. The Braves need to keep fucking winning. Please keep it up. I need it. But they need to fucking surpass the Mets. I do not want the Mets in the fucking playoffs. I don't fuck them. Fuck them all. Rockies eliminated. Giants eliminated. Diamondbacks and Padres are playoff teams. They're playoff teams. 87-68. Padres 89-66. They're both playoff teams. They're not going to win the division over the Dodgers because it's the fucking Dodgers, and obviously the Dodgers are in the playoffs. But yeah, they're good. We're good. We're chilling. Just to make sure we look at the playoffs right now. So as you can see, Orioles, Royals, Twins, Tigers, Mariners, Rays, Red Sox. These teams right here are out. Rays, Red Sox are out. Mariners are borderline. So we're still looking at these top 5 teams, still clinching for a wild card spot. And then here, all these teams are obviously eliminated. Padres and Diamondbacks are going to make the playoffs, but I just need the Braves to surpass the Mets. Please, please, please. Anyways, Juan Soto, he hit his 200th career home run a couple of days ago. He hit it, I believe, what game he hit a home run? Last 7 days, he hit a home run. Let me see. He hit a home run. It was on Tuesday. Against the Mariners, an 11-2 victory. He hit his 200th career home run for Juan Soto, and that was his 40th home run of the season. So as you can see, he's hitting for 228. 288, excuse me. 40 home runs, 104 RBIs, and a 993 OPS at the moment. Oh, his birthday is also the 25th. Not the 25th. Well, yeah, it's the 25th, but it's 3 days before my birthday. Interesting. Good shit. So yeah, Juan Soto hits his 200th career home run. Luis Angel Acuna Jr. from the New York Mets, who is Ronald Acuna's brother, Ronald Acuna Jr.'s brother. He has hit his first career home run last week. And now he's at 3 home runs? I think he hit a home run yesterday, I believe, right? He hit a home run yesterday against the Phillies. Let's see. Acuna Jr., he hit a home run. Oh, where's the home run? Yes, he did. Yes, so Luis Angel Acuna Jr., he has 3 home runs, 6 RBIs, and right now hitting at a 385 average. So the brother of Ronald Acuna Jr., the Venezuelan, he's 22 years old, born in 2002. He's obviously with the Mets now, and he's been killing it so far. He's played how many games so far this season? He's played how many games? Not that much. 8 games. He's only played 8 games so far of his career, but he's looking pretty good so far. I mean, this is fucking the MVP brother. So clicking in all cylinders, looking phenomenal right now. And things are looking pretty tight. Things are looking pretty good right now for the things are looking pretty good for them. Things are looking pretty fucking good for them. So Luis Angel Acuna Jr., shout out to you. But unfortunately, you have to play for the fucking Mets. So I just don't like the Mets, unfortunately. So yeah. And also, let's talk about the obvious here, guys. I have to talk about it. Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani. Do you understand that Shohei Ohtani might be the greatest baseball player that has ever lived? Do you understand that? Do you understand that this man at 6'4", 210 pounds, this 30-year-old man from Oshu, Japan, is the greatest baseball player that I have ever seen in my life at this point? Probably. Yes. You're right. He probably is. I don't understand it. This man is not a human being. This man was created by he was created in a lab somewhere in Japan. Somewhere in Japan, he was created in this fucking lab. Don't mind the noise in the background, because that's not enough to take away this greatness from Shohei Ohtani. Dude, let's talk about the game against the Marlins. Look at the stat line, guys. He went 6 for 6. 6 for 6. He had 4 runs, 3 home runs, 10 RBIs. 10 RBIs. Shohei Ohtani, ladies and gentlemen, is the first player in MLB history with 50 home runs and 50 stolen bases. 50 home runs and 50 stolen bases in the same season. 50 home runs and 50 stolen bases in the same season. He also is the franchise leader in home runs in a single season with 51. By the way, right now, Shohei Ohtani has 52 home runs. He has 52 home runs and 53 stolen bases. Right now, as the time of this recording. But this is when he had his 50, and then he added another home run, which was his 51st home run of the season. That was in the 9th inning against Miguel Andujar or whatever, the Brujan, whoever the fuck, the Marlins, whatever. They put out a positional player because obviously they were getting blown out in the 9th inning, so they just put out a random guy to throw and decimated, blasted. Shohei Ohtani's an absolute fucking menace, man. He's an absolute fucking menace. He's an absolute dog. He's an absolute dog. He's an absolute dog. He's an absolute fucking dog. He's an absolute fucking dog. It's just sickening, man. It is just so... Not sickening. Not the right word. It is so incredible to see Shohei Ohtani legit be the greatest fucking baseball player you've ever seen. This is one of the greatest, if not the greatest offensive... This is the greatest offensive baseball game I've ever seen in my life. Ohtani doubled, he singled, he doubled, he homered, and he homered. He was a triple away from a cycle. They clinched a playoff spot with a win against the Marlins. This exact game right here, they clinched a playoff berth as well. He's now the all-time franchise leader in home runs in a single season in LA Dodgers history with 51. They clinch a playoff spot, a triple away from a cycle, 50-50 club, and now it's 52-52 club because now he has 52 home runs and 52 stolen bases, or 53 stolen bases right now. And he could get 55 and 55 by the end of the season is over. And some people are saying maybe he could even hit 60-60 with 1 week left of the season. I don't think he's going to hit 60-60. But either or, he's fucking amazing. Shohei Ohtani is the greatest, man. I am in awe. I am in awe. I don't know what else to say, man. This dude is insane. I mean, my goodness, man. My goodness. This dude is insane. And for the first time ever, Shohei Ohtani is actually going to be in the postseason this year. Finally. He spent 7 years in the major leagues, and he's never played a playoff game And on October 3rd or wherever, not even October 3rd, whenever the Dodgers play their first playoff game this next month, that's going to be his first ever playoff game. So exciting that we're going to see Shohei Ohtani in the playoffs because it's about time. It's about fucking time. He played for the wrong LA team for way too long. And now he's finally with the Dodgers, and we'll see what they do in the playoffs. I know the Dodgers are some badass historical chokers in the postseason as of recently, but I think they can pull through, and we'll see what Shohei Ohtani can be. Is he going to be another Mr. October? Is he going to be a postseason hero as well? Because if he could add that on top of everything else that he's already done and accomplished, he is the greatest, and it will not be a debate. And it will not be a debate. I'm just going to say that right now. It will not be a debate. Let's move on with some more topics. So I'm going to probably get it like 20 more minutes, and then we can cut the episode off. So, all right. So let's go to the WNBA. Let's go to WNBA because the playoffs actually begin today, ladies and gentlemen. The playoffs begin today in the WNBA world. Excuse me. Sorry, my bad, y'all. And yeah, let me just look at the final standings. So this is, as you can see, the final regular season standings for the WNBA 2024 season. So the New York Liberty 32-8, the Minnesota Lynx 30-10, the Connecticut Sun 28-12, the Las Vegas Aces 27-13, the Seattle Storm 25-15, the Indiana Fever 20-20, the Phoenix Mercury 19-21, and the Atlanta Dream were the final team to clinch a playoff spot at 15-25. And the Mystics, unfortunately, the Chicago Sky, Dallas Wings, and the LA Sparks are eliminated. So, of course, we will not see them in the postseason this year. Now, today is the first day of the postseason. And also today, oh, by the way, A'ja Wilson has been named MVP. This is her third MVP of her career. And this season, it was no fucking surprise that she won MVP. She has dominated this season and has been dominating her whole fucking career. She is by far, the best WNBA player in the league. It was nice to see Caitlin Clark get some mentions, but at this point, who gives a? It's not about that. She was not in no MVP conversation. Rookie of the year, yes, but MVP, not yet, Caitlin, not yet, not just yet. A'ja fucking Wilson is the best player in the WNBA right now, and that's by a fucking landslide. Their first playoff game is against the Seattle Storm tonight at 10 p.m. But let's look at the matchups. We got the Atlanta Dream going up against the New York Liberty. Then we got the Fever going up against the Connecticut Sun, the Connecticut Sun, and then we got the Phoenix Mercury going against the Minnesota Lynx, and then we got the Seattle Storm versus the Aces. So I'm gonna make my predictions real quick. Who I think is gonna win in each series. So I think the Liberty are gonna take care of business. I think they're gonna beat the Dream. They're gonna move on to the Eastern Conference Finals. The Fever versus the Sun. I know the Suns are the favorite in this matchup here. I would like to see Caitlin Clark win her first playoff series, but that Sun team, they have some superstars there, and defensively, one of the better teams in the WNBA. So it's going to be a tough matchup. I could see Indiana get hot, pun intended, because they, the Sun or whatever. I don't know. I'm kind of leaning into the Sun a little bit more right now, but I think I'm going to pick the Fever. Fuck it. I'll pick the Fever right now. Mercury versus Minnesota. I think Minnesota will take this series for sure. Phoenix, I don't know what they're going to do. They're a mediocre team, so don't know where they're going to pull through. Minnesota, Nafisha Collier has been probably the second or third best player in the league this year. She's been a dog, 20.4 points per game, 9.7 rebounds, 3.4 assists. So the Minnesota Lynx, they're making it out the Western Conference Finals. The Seattle Storm versus the Aces. I'm sorry, Seattle, but the Aces, who is going to stop them? Who's going to stop them? Give me the Aces. So I got the Liberty versus the Fever in the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm going to go with the New York Liberty. I'm going to go with the New York Liberty in the semifinals. So I have the New York Liberty making it to the WNBA Finals representing the Eastern Conference. And then I got Minnesota Lynx versus the Aces in the semifinals. And then I'm going to have to go with the Aces. I think I'm going to have to go with the Aces versus Minnesota. Yeah, so I think the Aces are going to make it to the WNBA Finals. So we're going to get another NBA Finals, WNBA Finals of the New York Liberty and the Vegas Aces. And this time, I think it's going to be New York who's going to take it. I think Sabrina Ionescu, Brianna Stewart, what's the other girl's name? I forgot. She's also pretty good. John Kell Jones. That's not her. She's not on the. What's her name? She's not there. Oh yeah, John Kell Jones. She's on the. Oh. Okay. Okay, yeah, there she is. John Kell Jones, Brianna Stewart, Sabali. Okay, yeah. This Liberty team looked fucking phenomenal. They've looked very good all season long. I'm hoping they can get the job done because the Aces are looking really good and they're gonna probably take it out the West. We'll see how the matchups go. So I got Liberty versus the Aces in the WNBA Finals. Those are my picks there. I would like to see Caitlin Clark win a playoff game, a playoff series, a playoff game. So we'll see how that goes there. Also, they announced that they're gonna have a new WNBA team in 2026. They're called the Portland what? They're gonna have an expansion team. They're gonna be creating their 15th team in 2026. So yeah, Portland is gonna have their own WNBA team by the beginning of 2026. So they're gonna keep adding on more teams, this and that. So that's gonna be that there. Let's talk about the FIFA U20 World Cup. So today is the final. Today is the final game. So let's just kind of get caught up with the matchups here. So, scores of fixtures. So last time I checked, we talked about the semifinals or whatever. Round of 16, Brazil, Spain, Colombia, U.S., Germany, North Korea, Japan, Netherlands won. Quarterfinal, North Korea took down Brazil. Colombia lost to Netherlands. Japan beat Spain, and U.S. beat Germany. Now, in the semifinal, North Korea defeated the United States. Wow. And Japan defeated Netherlands. And then the third place game was yesterday. I forgot to. I didn't even bother watching the game. But the U.S., they defeat Netherlands, so they got third place. And today is the championship, guys. North Korea versus Japan. Who would have thought North Korea and Japan would have made it in the final? Oh man, that's just give me Japan. North Korea doesn't have. I'm sorry. I bet there's really great people in North Korea, but I just think of North Korea as like not anything good. You know? So I'm going with Japan. I want to go to Japan. Japan looks I'm trying to go. I want to go. North Korea not so much. That's why I'm picking Japan here. Not trying to get too political or anything. Just you know. Let's go Japan. Let's go. Adrian Wojnarowski, he is retiring. He is wait, hold on. Adrian Wojnarowski. He is the NBA insider. Well, now he was the former NBA insider who would basically give out news and tweet out obviously like big trades, draft, picks and this and that, blah blah blah. He was the insider, all the info for the NBA trade, free agency, deadline, all that stuff. He's going to be leaving ESPN, and he's going to be the general manager for the St. Bonaventure Bonnies, the men's basketball team. So he's going to be a GM of a D1 college basketball program. So, respect to him. We're going to miss all the Woj bombs. He's had some really good ones. Like the LeBron going to the Lakers, Kevin Durant going to the Nets. He's had a lot of good ones. And but yeah, he's gonna be going to be the GM at St. Bonaventure. So respect to him. Shout out to him. Did everything you could. Respect to you, man. Respect to you. And enjoy your new ventures, man. Enjoy your new job over there. It's a great day to be a Bonnie, as you can see here. He posted this on his Instagram yesterday or one day. No Embiid Woj bomb. It's really over. Yeah, I mean, shit. He was not wrong, guys. He was not wrong, and he was not joking. So he's definitely gonna be winning that. Let me just add something real quick here. MLB Current Standings. Wait a minute. What is this, bro? What is this? Recap. No, not predictions. This is a recap. Okay. The recap. All right, real quick. Okay, whatever. Yesterday was National Singles Day. Yeah, yesterday was National Singles Day, so shout out to every single person out there, hooray. I was celebrating that yesterday with some music, you know what I'm saying? Went to the gym, very fitting, single people activities. That's not true, obviously, but just trying to make a point here. Anywho, that doesn't really fucking matter here. Joel Embiid, he got a contract extension. Just yesterday it was announced he got a contract extension to a 3-year, $192.9 million deal with the 76ers. So he's going to be guaranteeing a total of 299.5 throughout the 2028-2029 regular season. So he says, Philly is my home. I want to be here for the rest of my career. I love this community and everything you've given me and my family. There is a lot more work to do. You guys deserve a championship, and I think we're just getting started. Hopefully you fucking get us there, please, Embiid, please, for fuck's sake. I mean, championship, but we gotta move on to the second. We have to move on from the second round. We need to make the damn conference finals first. So I need that. I want that, and I desire that. Give me 14 of that, please. Thank you. I missed this fight. I totally forgot this fight. But damn. Anthony Joshua, Daniel Dubois fight yesterday, and this happened. Anthony Joshua got absolutely dropped. He got absolutely cooked. I mean, my goodness. He got absolutely fucking cooked. He got knocked down like once, or not once. He got knocked down a total of 4 times. 4 knockdowns. And I think the second one was really bad. Oh my God, look at this one. Oh my God. After the first round, he already got the knockdown there. And he was stumbling and drumbling, and oh my goodness. Anthony Joshua got absolutely beat the fuck up in an upset win for Daniel Dubois. Yeah, congratulations to him. But my goodness, a 5th round knockout after 4 knockdowns. Absolute domination for Dubois. Cooked Anthony Joshua. I never seen Anthony Joshua look this fucking unorthodox. He looked uncoordinated than a motherfucker. He looked terrible. He looked like he wasn't training for this fight. Conor McGregor and Tyson Fury were even there. Damn. Bruh, he looked terrible. My goodness. And I didn't watch the fight, so I missed it, but damn. He was getting fucking cooked. I got to see the highlights to see more because I didn't see all the knockouts. Flat and uncoordinated. Absolutely. And I didn't even see the fight. And he looked super uncoordinated. Tyson Fury reveals extravagant amount of money he lost on Anthony Joshua. Well, Tyson Fury, you lost a lot of money. I bet a lot of people did lose a lot of money for betting on AJ to win this fight. He got destroyed. He got cooked. It wasn't close. He got cooked. He got destroyed, man. I feel sorry for him, but damn, he got to bounce back or retire. I don't know. I saw this and I wanted to cry, guys. I saw this and I wanted to cry. What's it here? Ty Dolla $ign confirms Kanye West collaboration Vultures 3 is still coming and will rip heads off. And you know what? He's right. Because I'm gonna fucking decapitate myself after this album comes out. Because I will at that point I will reach my boiling point. I will reach a boiling point once we get to this fucking album right here. You know, Ty Dolla $ign, man. I think at this point, I think you're a part of the problem too. You've been the best part of Vultures 1 and Vultures 2. I've already said it multiple times. And again, that's the truth, right? But I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that you just like this whole victim. You know, you're on that gas too. You're on that gas too. So you need help as well. Kanye needs all the help in the world he needs still, but you need help too. And by ripping people's heads off, I could understand it. But I know you mean it in a good way. I don't mean it in a good way. This is gonna suck. We're gonna get another dog shit Kanye and Ty Dolla $ign album. In big 2024. We're gonna get another Vultures album. And I thought this was just done. I thought Vultures 2 was never gonna come out. Yandi couldn't have come out. Good Ass Job couldn't have come out. So help me God. TurboGrafx 16, the collab album with Drake, the collab album with Chance, the fucking the Kendrick album or whatever that was rumored. Watch the Throne 2, Kids See Ghost 2. None of those albums dropped, but we're getting Vultures 1, 2, and 3. Fucking good. Oh my goodness, man. Oh. No, that's unfair, man. That's unfair. That's just unfair. Is Kanye doing this because we've been spoiled? I think he's doing this on purpose. He's given us so many good albums that at this point he's trying to fill up his catalog with more dog shit. You know, he's like, damn, my catalog is too fucking good. Let me just put up some bullshit. You know, kind of make it more even. I don't know. At this point, is that the direction? Is that the direction we're going with right now? We're going on a really bad tangent here. We're not going in a good direction. Please make sure that this album doesn't fucking drop. Please. Please. I want this album in the fucking dumpster. In the fucking dumpster. Future and Katy Perry, they both dropped their new albums. Future dropped Mixtape Pluto. I still have yet to hear it. Again, on my music episode coming some point next week, I'll talk about all the albums that I haven't reviewed, and I got to catch up on my music episode. I know. I've been doing football, all this and that, but I'll review all the music stuff on the next episode. Or not next episode, but next week. So Mixtape Pluto just came out. I still got to hear it. Katy Perry also dropped her new album, 143. Again, another album I still got to hear. So I will listen to both of those albums at some point. Billboard also dropped. They're still haven't finished the list, but they've been doing an article. They've been doing a segment. They've been dropping the best the pop singers of the 21st century. So like, they've still been kind of like, they still haven't reviewed all of them yet, but They have a bunch of them yet still kind of clicking in here. At number 25, they have Katy Perry. They have number 25 at Katy. Wait, can I just look at 25 to 16? I don't want to. The thing is, they have a whole page just dedicated to. Where is it, bro? Where is it? Where is it? I'm gonna find it on my phone. I have it here somewhere. Where is it? Somewhere fucking here. Okay, Katy Perry's at 25, Ed Sheeran's at 24, Bad Bunny at 23, One Direction at 22, Lil Wayne at 21, Bruno Mars at 20, BTS at 19, The Weeknd at 18, Shakira at 17, and Jay-Z at 16. Jay-Z is a nice pick on this list, not 16. Not over The Weeknd. As a pop star, no. Then Bruno Mars, no. Jay-Z over Lil Wayne as a pop star, probably. I'll agree with that. One Direction, maybe because he has more hits, probably. Bad Bunny, probably not. Over pop's hits and pop status, no. Ed Sheeran, honestly, I don't like Ed Sheeran's music, but I still would probably put him over Jay-Z as a pop star overall. And Katy Perry too. I know Jay-Z, and again, he's mostly known as a fucking rapper, but again, we're talking just about his pop stuff, or his pop records, and even within the rap, his most pop rap songs, and I'm trying to take as much hip hop as it is out, but even rappers are still high on this list. But still, Jay-Z should not be higher than Bad Bunny or Katy Perry or Bruno Mars in The Weeknd or fucking Shakira. And also BTS over Bruno Mars? What the fuck? Oh, hell nah. The list is not even done yet, but that's kind of where we're at right now with that. That's some bullshit. Henry Danger right now is trending on TikTok. It's just the meme everywhere now. It's just a meme everywhere. And now I'm kind of tempted to rewatch this motherfucking show because this was a show I actually did like watching. This was one of the last shows I would watch on Nickelodeon. I think actually this is my retirement Nickelodeon show. This was the last Nickelodeon show that I fully watched. After Henry Danger, because the last episode was in 2020. I haven't watched anything new from Nickelodeon. And honestly, I haven't watched anything new from Nickelodeon since probably 2017 or 2016. But Henry Danger was the only one that I actually liked. And now there's just memes. There's just people making memes on Henry Danger. Even some on Victorious and shit on all over my For You page. I don't know who started it, but honestly, you're a fucking genius because now people are remembering that this show exists and this show was actually a fucking banger. And now I'm kind of tempted to rewatch this show, rewatch some episodes, rewatch some clips because this show with Loki was hot. I like this song. I like this song. I like this show. So I might rewatch that shit. 1,000 bottles of oil. 1,000 baby bottles, or no, excuse me, 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Nope. We're not doing this. 1,000 bottles of oil. Diddy, you're fucked. Freak off parties were explained. Apparently, when they did that raid at his household in March, they found 1,000 bottles of baby oil. They found AR-15s. They found a bunch of lubricant everywhere. Diddy, who is currently awaiting trial in a jail cell, has been charged with racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking, along with a slew of insolent crimes in a federal sex trafficking case. So Diddy's on. He's on. Also, Diddy's mental state is unclear, but requires a strict routine as he seeks in a facility transfer. He is placed on suicide watch in jail cell as more accusers come forward. Yeah. So Diddy is officially arrested and justice is slowly getting served. Thankfully, just because just a couple weeks ago he was in Miami chilling at the beach. So thankfully Diddy is in jail, contemplating what the fuck he did with his life. But hey, I guess it was all worth it. All that pussy, all that ass, all those titties, all those women that you have. Um, I don't even want to. I don't even want to. I don't even want to elaborate. This dude is disgusting. This dude is fucking disgusting. This dude is fucking disgusting. Literally. Diddy, no thank you. The VMAs were last week or whatever. Let's talk about it. I ain't even want to. Hold on. Red carpet photos. Wait, let me see some. Hold on. This is Addison Rae. What the fuck is that? Anita. Okay. Camila looks fine. All right. Chappelle Roan. Okay. Coco Jones looks fine. No, thank you. Who is that? I don't know who that is. Oh my, get the fuck out of my face. Okay. I wanted the whole fit, not the. I mean, she's beautiful and everything, but I wanted the whole fit. I was like, oh wait, actually, she looks good here. Hold on. God, gee, damn, she looks good there. Katy Perry looked great and she performed as well with the fucking kill. I don't need you, Killer Ray. Lee Seraphim, these are my girls. These are my girls. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Look at Juan. Look at Eugene. Look at Eunche. Look at Sakura. Look at Kazuha. Yes, I finally know their names. I know their names, guys. Thank you. Damn, but they all look bad as hell. Get the fuck out of here. Lisa. Oh my god, she's beautiful. Megan, goddamn, she looks great. What the fuck? Paris Hilton, okay. All right. Sabrina looks like a fucking Disney princess. Holy shit. And Tate McRae looks like the girl that I would be terrified to even talk to in high school. I would be scared to talk to a girl like Tate McRae, or my god, Tyler. Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness, bruh. Even more singers, or even more pictures of Tyler. Okay, I mean, yeah. Honestly, I'm not even gonna go over the every single nominees or whatever. You see that Tyler won a VMA. Shawn Mendes performed. Sabrina performed, and she won VMA. You know, no surprise there. She kissed an alien. Favorite Flav and Taylor Swift and Post Malone. I think they won like Video of the Year for Fortnite, not the video game. And then Favorite Flav, he gave like this bronze medal to Jordan Childs, who, the whole thing. God damn. Megan Thee Stallion, she's performing there. LL Cool J at 59 million years old, he's still performing out there. Lisa, she won Best K-pop, got the VMA there, and she also performed. I haven't seen the performance yet though. I got to see it on YouTube. Lenny Kravitz performed. Katy Perry performed. She won the Video Vanguard Award. She's fucking levitating here. She won the Vanguard, and then obviously another regular Vanguard Award. Karol G also performed. I didn't even see this one. And also took a picture there with Flavor Flav. Halsey performed. Eminem performed. DJ Khaled and Fat Joe are there. Chappelle Roan performed. Benson Boone. Anita performed as well, and she also took home a VMA. So those are just the pictures there. Not much to. Yeah, right. That's that. All right, let's go back to that picture of Tyla and of Sabrina, because they looked really good there. Let me just admire that a little bit more, and then we can maybe end things off like that. Lisa looks hot here. Megan looks hot as usual. What the fuck? Disney princess here. Disney princess. Bad bitch. Bad bitch. Bad bitch. Cute. She's kind of fast. She pressured a little bit, and then Tyler. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, bro. Oh my goodness. And I don't know about y'all, like, bro, the fact that some people don't like her accent is honestly sickening. Bro, her accent is so I think it is so attractive. I think it is so attractive, bro. Yo, okay, let me stop it. Let me stop it. Let me stop it. We went everywhere, guys. We talked about fucking Diddy, Ohtani, football. We went everywhere, guys. We went everywhere in this episode. There is no clear direction, but we're gonna end things off on the note. Almost 2 hour episode, but that is that, y'all. Football is gonna kick off in about 15 minutes from now, so I gotta get to it. I'll see you guys next week in a couple days, probably Tuesday night. But see you guys at a bit. Take care and peace out, my friends.